to myself, I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To promote my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
Now we rock the party and come correct. All cuts are on time and rhyme connect. Got the right to vote and to elect. Another rapper can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
What's up, Cyberspace Cadets? That's right, it's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for some ice cream. Ice cream, you scream. They're all screaming for that ice cream. You know why? Because ice cream is such a treat. And to me, a treat is talking to somebody I'm interested in, somebody that I like hanging out with, and somebody I want to know more about. And this dude is no exception to that rule at all. Met him, I think, first in Trippy's, doing one of Trippy's Sunday evening shows, a couple of them, and then in Gaming and Yelling's, I don't know what to call his streams, but they're fun. The fun streams with Gaming and Yelling. I think I just named them for him. What do y'all think? Anyway, did y'all like the tweet and the new tweak on the opening? That was the original was created by Gaming Yelling, and I added the names and stuff. So the new names. Anyway, how's the chat doing? Let's say hey to the chat. JP, what's up, Mr. Goatman? Thank you for your blessing to us. Hey, Bubba. Boom, Richo8181. What's up? Fat Andy, greetings, dude. It's been a while. Becca Fairley, of course. What's up? GC Spectral Umbreon, salute. QNTKKA, yes. Mr. Blackpill, welcome aboard. JP, what up? Danny, hey. All right. And with that in mind, let's say hey to our guest for today, Mr. B. Tokin.
Hey, hello, chat.
How's it going? Did I go a little long on that intro for you?
What about the intro?
Was that a little too long for you?
Oh no, that was fine. I was still dazzled by the intro.
Oh yeah, which part?
Seeing my name all big and stuff.
Did it look good? What did you think about it? Give me feedback.
It looked pretty sharp to me. Like,
sweet.
I don't think I could do any better.
Dude, yeah, I thought about that. I came up with it like last night, and I was like, oh, I can do this. Okay, let's try it. So anyway, it's one of those things.
True.
I was doing the show with Accelerate and Tim of the Hun last night, and I was a little overbaked, if you know what I'm saying, and I was pretty stupid last night. So if you caught that, there was some interesting retardation on it.
I might have to rewatch that.
Some specifics and stuff. And I do have super chats now, y'all. Hint, hint. Just saying. I'm really excited about that. Everybody that subbed to me are awesome. And we're having a fun time together. Just doing that thing. That's right, JP. Smoke that number and hang around, okay? And so here's B Token. Here's how it goes. What do you want me to call you, B or Token or B Token or what?
You can call me B or Token. Like, I don't know, just I just remembered that one joke about all the names you can call them, but then you can't call them something.
Yeah, you can call me Ray. You can call me Ray J. Yeah, I remember that one. You can call me RJ. So all right, so the questions always start out with YouTube, and I always ask people, what made you like? How long have you been around YouTube? A, and B, what made you want to start putting stuff up on YouTube, creating content, and then and you can talk about Twitch too, because this is
true.
Yeah, you're more B Token's more of a Twitch person now, but go for it.
Alright, well, like when I started my YouTube channel, I was trying to get into like Doom mods and stuff, and like specifically like the 32x version of Doom, and I figured out how to like mod it up, and I was like, oh dang, I should put these up somewhere for like free download and stuff. So that's like basically like I was just using it to show like maps that I had done and collaborate with other Doom mappers and stuff.
Cool.
And sorry. And on Twitch, I pretty much like AP and like UA were like streaming the like the blunt stream and the like the dump and stuff, and like he was like UA wasn't doing Tuesdays, and I was feeling lonely one night, and I was like, man, I want to show some TV shows and chill out with people after the blunt stream.
Right.
So I just kind of started doing that, and it took off. Like UA is really fucking cool, like about it too. Like he let me use the discount dump name and stuff for a minute. I'm trying to think of a way to change it though, because it kind of feels bad, like ripping off.
Well, I mean, you know, I think it's a compliment in a way too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fully meant that way, but like I don't want it to get twisted either.
Yeah, I dig it. It's like it's not offensive though. You're not an offensive person. I was going to ask you, are you like Stone Monkey's like little brother?
I don't know. That might become the lore.
Yeah, you kind of sound like him, man. You know, I'm getting a Stone Monkey vibe off of you. I like it. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people on this damn thing. Never a dull moment when he's around, for sure.
Yeah, I think I've been with him in Gaming and Yelling's chat before.
Just a couple of times. Yeah. All right. So you know, you don't really do a lot of FaceTime, but so when you do your Twitch thing and you're hosting it, how much of what the people see are you?
Oh, that's like 100% me. You're like catching me from like my last 6 hours of being awake, and I just don't care anymore. I'm like, let's just chill out, guys.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You got anything new that you started doing?
Not like I'm just trying to just have a good time, pretty much, like on there.
Okay.
There's not much new to do. Like I just ask people what they want to watch, and I'm like, hey, I can find that.
Right. Right. So what's the most recent request you were able to make happen?
Oh, I get so many like requests. Like UA came in one time and was like bumper stumpers, and I was like, what the crap is that? It was like some Canadian like game show where you're supposed to guess like what the bumpers mean, like the yeah. There was a really funny part though, because like the host like got an answer for a question, and he didn't know if it was right or wrong, and he told him it was wrong even though it was right. Oh, that's when I fell in love with that show. UA tried to.
All right, so is there a food from your childhood that you hated, but now as an adult or that you're older, do you kind of like it now?
That's like a tough question. Like I wasn't really a picky eater. Like I liked asparagus and everything as a kid. I'd eat my veggies.
Right.
Like, I mean, I guess you could say like I tried alcohol when I was like young, and then I was like, pew, this is nasty, and now I'm like, glug glug glug. I mean, that counts as food, kind of. It's a liquid lunch.
Indeed, it's got calories, that's for sure. The empty calories. What is that? I don't know what that means. Let's see. All right, so on to the next questions. All right. Hey, remember, chat, if you've got any questions for this here B Token, be writing them down. And at the end, when we're back at the YouTube stuff, or right before we get there, I'll solicit you guys for your input and your questions. So get some good ones going, and we're rolling on. So it's good to see Gaming Yell made it, dude. You need to see your new intro looks great with my help. Our collaborative work is pretty good, gaming. Anyway, all right. So who did you say is the most influential person on you as a kid?
As a kid, I don't know. I always looked up to like macho, manly kind of macho, like, I don't know, like Oof, I don't know. I watched the Power Rangers.
Right? What was your family like?
Oh, like I don't know. I had it pretty decent up until like 4, and like mom's kind of chased my dad away, and then like you get into some depressing ass stuff here. Like, cool.
Okay. So if you could describe your family with one word, what would it be?
Oh, dysfunctional right now. Oh, Lord.
Right. Okay. All right.
It's like I want to try and keep us together and stuff, like, but we're kind of falling apart.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, you know, when it's like it's growth, but it's not.
It's like you're so close to people, it's hard to actually like listen to what they're saying, because like I don't know, your like past experiences, like my sister and me don't get along because we've always not gotten along, but now we're really not getting along.
Right.
It kind of makes me sad, but like I just like sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, and besides try and be mutual and as nice as you can be.
Right. Try to be as loving as you can be. So all right. So what kind of kid were you like?
Ooh, I was my stepdad called me hard time. I would get into everything, like like some of my first words is that, like, don't tell me what to do, but I would just say and dimmy do.
Right. Let's see. All right. So what about seasons, holidays? You got a favorite holiday?
Oof, I think it's about to come up. Like, Halloween's pretty fun. Like,
Right.
I mean, everybody loves Christmas, but like Halloween, you get to do more. Like, you're not just stuck around a tree with your family. Just
Right.
yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. Halloween's pretty good. I like the 4th of July a lot. I mean, New Year's is pretty fun too. Getting all hammered and, but I don't know. I would say it's close between Halloween and like the 4th of July. Just, I mean, I like my country.
That's right. Loud and explosive stuff. I was attracted to 4th of July myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and New Year's. You know, it's like we started doing it.
I was actually selling fireworks for New Year's and the 4th like this year.
Sweet.
And, ooh, made a good little bit of money and spent it all up.
Right. It's really weird because
over 1,000 of it went to fireworks.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's zoned in different places around here, and so the little town that I'm in, it's legal.
Oh yeah, there's places that stay dry don't really like let you fire off too much stuff. Like they were talking about having restrictions on stuff that goes in the air if it didn't rain in Florida, but thank God it did.
Yeah, I was going to say the California thing where somebody had a gender reveal party.
Oh, that was so horrible.
I mean, know, it's like I was laughing because it's just ridiculous, right?
I think people were more mad that they weren't going to change the gender. Like afterwards, they'd be like, "Oh no, it was a baby boy." Because it was a baby boy, it started the.
That's right. It's the patriarchy. Goddammit, asserting their dominance. Let's see. So if you could go back in time and talk to little B at the age of 8, what would you tell little B?
Ooh, that's a deep question. I would probably just spoil everything for myself. I'd just be like, there's not much chance that you're not going to do this because it was fun, but this is what's going to happen afterwards.
So what was elementary and middle school like for you?
Elementary school was pretty good. Like, I like went to Actually, I take it back. Like, my last years of elementary school were good. Kindergarten was good. First grade was kind of meh. Like, they started giving us homework, and I was like, I don't like homework. Second grade was fucking hell. Like, I went to, like, a school in the ghetto, and, like, 2 kids every fucking day would try and beat me up, and like the teacher would see it happening, and then like I'd fight them off, and like I only got like sent to the principal twice for it, because she was like, I know they're egging you on, and I don't want you to get like 3 strikes or whatever, but you gotta try and work with these kids. And I'm like, they're kind of like, it was bad. I always like, and then third grade was, yeah, like I went to a different school afterwards, and then like the school that I went to afterwards was like teaching me like algebra in 5th grade, and then I went to middle school and they put us back on like multiplication, and like that's when I got tired of school.
Right. So did you go to high school?
Actually I didn't. Like in middle school I kind of just said I was homeschooling until I was old enough to drop out, and then I went for my GED right away. I was like, fuck that.
Right.
Like, I still had a lot of high school, like, friends, like, kids in high school that were friends and stuff, but, like, I more was just trying to hang out with, like, certain people, like, good people at that point, like, all throughout middle school, and, like, kids just trying to use you and be cool and crap. It was a whole popularity contest, and I wasn't even wanting to go through that in high school.
Right. So what's the dumbest or craziest, most dangerous thing you did as a kid?
I used to be fairly decent at BMXing, and I'd like, one of my friends had like a little foot-high kicker ramp, but if you got a good enough speed off of it, you could jump a lot of things. I jumped his mom's car once. I jumped some garbage cans on fire. We lit the ramp on fire before. Like that ended up bad though, because one day like the friends had lit the garage on fire and blamed it on me, and I wasn't even fucking there, and I know the kid that fucking did it too. Oh, that was so frustrating. Like,
Yeah.
Literally lit his garage on fire. Like I guess they told, like, I heard that they set the gas can on fire, and then they're like, oh no, the gas can's on fire, and they kicked it into the garage. That's the stupidest thing they did, but I was associated with it because I was playing with fire and jumping stuff too. But yeah, it was fun too though. Like, that's one of the things I would warn myself about as a kid. I'd be like, you're gonna jump those ramps and stuff, but your friends are gonna blame crap on you.
Did you ever see that movie about Evel Knievel?
I don't think I have, but I know he is pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, they like to jump like buses and shit, but they were like side to side, right? Not length out.
Yeah.
He
probably could have gotten over one length out.
Well, yeah, no, he did. He did all kinds of shit, man. He jumped this huge fountain at Caesar's Palace in Vegas and shit. It's like when I was a kid, after I saw that movie, I was like, I built a ramp, and I was wrecking on purpose, right?
Oh my!
Yeah, and like falling on my head and stuff with my helmet on. I had a football helmet on, of course, because that's the way I really was with the bicycle. But
yeah, have that base guard too, that extra protection.
Yeah.
I have heard bad things about like old bike helmets and safety standards.
Oh, dude, it was just plastic.
It wasn't back in the time when the football helmets were leather, were they?
No. Not quite that old yet. I don't. Well, I never will be, but that's funny. You'll see. All right, so this is an interesting question. I like to ask my younger viewers or younger people that I talk with, interviewees.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember? Describe the first time you had an erection. You know, like it made sense. It like stuck out in your head.
I grew up like Southern Baptist, and like we did not get like any sex training beyond like what they taught us in like 4th and 5th fucking grade, like which wasn't much at all, and I was just like, why my pee-pee tingle?
Right. Right. What about what about the first time you was with a girl?
That is like the first time I like finger blasted a chick, like that was that was fun. Like
Right.
I waited till I was like 17 to actually
Talk
like
about
start dicking down though.
I hear you.
Like when I was 15, there was like one of my friend's cousins was like really cute and shit, and like she played around a lot. Like, I mean, I kind of knew it, but it didn't really bother me. Like, I mean, she kind of gave me all of her attention and stuff, so I was like, I don't know, I don't care. Like, it wasn't a relationship, but like we liked each other, and so like I spent the night one night, and she was, oh, come in my room, and yeah, that was also the first night I ate some pussy.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah, she was like 17 or 18, so I mean, she was practically legal too. I was proud about that, getting an older girl, and and I mean, if you want to know about my first time when I was 17, like it was with a friend from school, and like we were both kind of waiting, like it felt like we were waiting too long, and we kind of just trusted each other, and kind of started with like we found a way to make Monopoly strip, and like one of her friends is there too, and yeah, like I was winning, but then I was like, oh, you don't have to take your clothes off, but then I ended up naked, and they were like, hey. Like, her friend ended up leaving the room, and I was just like we just started going at it, kind of like, I mean, oof.
Nice. So what about the first time you got fucked up, man?
Like, off of what? Like,
Like, you can do it for each thing.
well, shit. Like, I mean, I didn't really get fucked up the first time I smoked, but like I was working at a pizza place around like 15, and the boss was the one that suggested that I do it. Like he got me in like the storage closet. He's like, hey, I need help grabbing some boxes or something, and then he's like starts busting out this stuff, and I'm like, I know what it is. Like, I have friends that did it, and I'm like, oh my, you're my boss and you're doing this. This is like, I was like, this is cool, but I was like, he like had to kind of push it on me, and I was like, you know what, whatever. And so I smoked out with him, and then I burnt a pizza right afterwards.
Right.
And then they moved me to dishes, but they didn't cut my pay, so I was happy. Like, I mean, that was a pretty decent like, it was my first job too, and that was pretty fun.
What about the first time you ever got hammered, stoned, like
hammered, stoned?
Like, I mean, yeah, the first time it really hit you, like, you know, them creepers be doing sometimes.
Oh yeah, that was I had a really good friend named Evelyn from like middle school and stuff, and like I was hanging out with her mostly like around high school time and stuff. Her and her mom were like major fucking influences on my life in like good ways. Like, the daughter, like, it started out with like a crush thing that never panned out, but like we were best fucking friends, and then like her mom got me talking to my mom about like our issues in the past with like fucking stepdad and dad going away and all sorts of shit. Like,
Right.
Her mom was a fucking saint, like helping us actually fucking talk. Like, that's something that parents and kids, it doesn't seem like they actually fucking do. Like, I didn't really get it much until then, but then we sat down, and now I have a better relationship with my mom. But oh yeah, we're talking about getting stoned. Yeah, so that friend, uh, like we were just chilling up in her room, and pretty much so she just busted out like always, and she's like, "You want to take you?" And I was like, "Okay, I guess." I mean, I told her that I was already smoking from my job at the time, and so like we were just went up. Like she had a, it wasn't like a bunk bed, but it had a cubby under it, like that she had like a sheet up over, and like we would just chill up into there, listen to like Pink Floyd, the Pixies, Multi Peaches, just really chill jams, like baked out of our minds, talking about like anything.
Oh, 1 second. I got $2 super chat from TK Mao. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the fam, TK Mao. You hanging around? Like seeing you there. I'm the king of being cross-faded. Also, hi, B Token.
Yo, TK,
Right.
how do you do?
Nice. Yeah, my new super chat alert is the cat with the spinning things. I like it. These are always lost on nothing else. These are good questions. When I'm on this show, ask me these three questions. Okay. So yeah, all right. You like where I'm going with this stuff? All right. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
always
Got
Lost is a cool guy.
Yeah, indeed. So all right, we talked about, what about the first time you got shit-faced, like with the alcohol?
Like this all happened around when I was like 15 or so. Like
Yeah.
so this was with my friend Chris, and like I had friends that I met at a Molly Hatchet concert. Like they have them yearly downtown, and like I met this guy with like a spider web tattoo on his head, and then like his sister, like he was 17, she was 15, but she told me she was 18, and but like he had a friend that was 24, and like so I was hanging out with him a lot, and then like one of my friends I introduced to them that like had money, like a job and stuff, and so my friends was getting the 24-year-old to buy us like fucking gallons of vodka and shit for like $20, like the really cheap Smirnoff crap, and oh, we got so sick off of it, but like we also partied like friggin' ooh.
Man. All right. So yeah, we'll scoot on. We've delved enough into your. We got enough to have some blackmail shit here now. So I'm just kidding. He's like, I haven't intruded enough into your life, right? All right. So yeah. So the next question is like a sports question, but you kind of touched on that with the bike riding, with the
BMXing and stuff.
Yeah. So you're not athletic, pretty much.
I used to be like really athletic, like in school. Like I was like, oh, especially in middle school, like I was the fastest and strongest in the class, but I was also the fucking shortest. So it was like blew people's minds and crap. And like I used to always get the presidential fitness awards.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to be in shape, and then like I kind of hermited up and got nerdy instead.
Well, you know, it's like muscles in your brain, muscles on your body. You know, it's kind of the same thing. You got to use them all. You're gonna lose them.
Yep.
Use it, lose it. So, all right. So, what was high school like? Well, I mean, not high. All right.
Well, yeah.
So right when you, all right. So, talk about, all right. So, you got into the work at burger joint, right?
I had a pizza joint, but yeah.
That's right, pizza. My bad. I'm trying to multitask here, and I apologize for that. So so how did that evolve? Your work?
Official education wise it didn't, but like I started getting into like building computers and coding and stuff, which is kind of how I got into the Doom modding and stuff.
Right.
Like, I just figured it out myself instead of having to have a teacher sit me down and be like, "Oh, 2 + 2 = 4."
You're an autodidact. That's what they call that. That's good. You know, there's a lot. I meet a lot of autodidacts here, and I think it's a good thing. You know, obviously we've seen what the system is. We've seen it for what it really is, haven't we, people?
Oh, TK Mal's question.
B Token, when did you stop beating your spouse?
I'm trying to think up a witty answer for that, but when the drugs were done, I don't know.
Hey, Skip. So Skip and Easy are in the crowd, so that's official now. It's sort of official. Waiting on Ali. I don't know. I miss him. I haven't seen him today. Anyway, we'll keep moving with my questions for you.
All right.
So, all right. So, relationship-wise, how's your life with that right now? You dating anybody? You got a steady thing going?
I do.
Yeah. You got any baby mamas and shit?
Well, it's long distance kind of now. It's with somebody in the chat. I don't want to be like giving out names and making everybody go ooh, but yeah.
Well, good, man. Good for you.
Danny.
Yeah, she was the first one in the chat. I could have told you that. I knew who it was before you said it. Let's see. All right. So in the future, do you see yourself like having kids or anything?
That like,
I mean, are you
if
even
I
looking
get
like? Are you
myself stable enough to, I would, but I kind of have a thing where if I can't take care of myself fully, then I shouldn't be bringing other things into this world. Kind of complex right now.
Well, yeah, it's like, do you even like look at the possibility of getting married?
I mean, I romanticize about it sometimes, but I mean, it's all in the future kind of thing, like play it by ear.
Okay. All right, so what was the first concert you went to? You've ever gone to? Well, maybe.
I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was a like country music concert, like I want to say Garth Brooks or something like that, Kenny Chesney or something. It was kind of local, but not really. And like, I mean, it wasn't bad. I grew up on country music and classic rock, so like I liked it when it was there. And then like I can still go back and listen to like a lot of country music from like the 90s or whatever was on the radio at the 90s and be like, that's a good melody or that's a good song and stuff.
Yeah, the old Garth Brooks and shit. You're a fan of like Southern rock from the 70s and 80s? 70s?
Oh, yes.
Like
yes.
Skinner?
Like 60s, 70s, 80s. Like, I mean, Southern rock, classic rock, all over the globe. Like, if they rocked in that time period, I like them.
I feel you. God, you know what? I might do a music thing later and just lay some tunes out. I haven't done that in a long time on my other channel, on the
That would be dope. I would dig that.
Boomerversity Campus Radio.
Allman Bros, yes.
Yeah, Allman Brothers, man. Something else. Let's see.
Outlaws.
Yes. Yeah. See,
Blackfoot.
Green Grass and High Tides, Blackfoot, man. The whole Strikes album, Marauder, that was a good album.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. What? All right, so
Train.
you like metal? Any?
Oh, yes.
Modern
I
metal,
like a
all that?
lot of different types of, like, I like a lot of different genres, like, I'm pretty big into like jazzy stuff now. Like if you can fit jazz into some way, then I
Yeah.
can dig it. Like good old prog rock, like Frank Zappa, and like even like newer stuff. Like you could put jazz and drum and bass, like Square Pusher does, and I love Square Pusher's jams.
Sweet. See, I've never heard of Square Pusher, man. I might have to listen to it. I've been on a Yes binge lately. I'm really getting into their guitar, man. That guitar player is great. Steely Dan, of course. Sket mentions Steely Dan. Have you ever listened to any of them, man?
I'm not sure if I've listened to Steely Dan. Like, I'm sure I've heard
Dude.
Steely Dan, but I wouldn't recognize it until you said, "Hey, you know the Steely Dan song," and started playing, and I'd be like singing along with it, and I'd be like, "I didn't know that was Steely Dan."
Hey, 19, dun, 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 and back, Jack, do it again. We'll turn and round. I'll shut up now. Yeah, Don't Take Me
Keep
Alive
singing.
is really an excellent song. It's probably the best song, my favorite. Don't Take Me Alive. I got a case of dynamite. I can sit here all night. All right, so we'll kind of shift gears here and go into after another 5 from TK Mal. You just throwing money at me like I'm a stripper. And you know what? I may be naked. B Token says, you claim to be a nerd, but you're like Warhammer 40K level nerd.
I
aren't you?
can tell you the clock speeds of like the Sega Genesis CPU, the fucking Saturn CPU. I can tell you like clock speeds of video game systems. I can do all sorts of fun stuff. Like,
He says you're a prequel memer level nerd, and or are you a Fred
yeah, I was
nerd?
around before memes were called memes.
Yeah, I know. We called them FARCs back in the day because you know they were all on the FARC was a website I used to hang out at anyway. You know, and then they became memes. You know, and some of them was photoshops. It is an interesting pre-meming. So what about do you enjoy horror films?
I do. Like I get really fuzzy on them because like I only watch them like maybe once a year, but like I do like them. Like I'm trying to think of something to play like for my movie night tonight. It should be like around 7 or 8.
Right. So
Can't think of a good movie though.
right. Well, you know, it's like Uzi and I were talking last night. It's like AP was talking about what movie he should do, and I was saying there's this movie called The Faculty from the 90s.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude,
that
it's a good.
Like
It's,
everybody hates it, but I like it.
it's a good movie, man. I'll defend it. I like it. I know.
You know that
Halloween
that movie's
3.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I was going to say that was one of Lane Staley's last performances ever, like doing the like part of the soundtrack for that in the Class of '99, I think the band was.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean that movie's got at least a decent soundtrack going for it. Class of '99 also had like Rage Against the Machine's guitarist in it, and they like covered a Pink Floyd song. That's good.
Classic stuff. Some fun movies. Halloween 3, I will defend that movie too. I'm just saying. I'm throwing a gauntlet out there. Anybody wants to pick it up?
I need to rewatch those.
Well,
like,
you
on
know,
my
the
own.
worst thing about it is it should not be called Halloween 3. It should just be called Season of the Witch because it has nothing to do with Michael Myers or anything else, man. But it's a good movie. I think it pissed so many people off because it came out, you know, it's Halloween 3. We wanted to see Michael Myers, but we ended up seeing this weird thing about him.
Yeah, it's like that. Jason. It was a Jason 5 where Jason wasn't actually in it.
Yeah, and then
It's kind of like that.
Freddy too, man. Kind of like homoerotic and shit. Let's see. What about? All right. So, what about? Do you read? Are you into books?
I don't really read books. Like I'm more of like the person that reads instructional manuals and stuff for fun.
I hear you.
I'm kind of with what I read.
So so it sounds like you're more into tech reading and stuff, technical.
Yeah, I like finding out about like I mean, I appreciate fiction, but like normally I'm trying to do something and I like learning about stuff, so I try and go for like instructional type stuff most of the time, or like reviews of things, or trying just to get a good idea of stuff.
Right. I totally get that. So what about sci-fi? You got any go-to sci-fi that you like?
Homeboys in Outer Space. No, I'm joking. Oh, that's some old.
You mean
UP.
gay homeboys from outer space?
Everything
without the word homeboy and anyway. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, like, it depends on what it is, and like, oh, there's this game called Shadowrun that like mixes like mythological kind of stuff with like sci-fi stuff at the same time. So it's like Fallout and Elder Scrolls had a baby, and like I like that kind of stuff. Like if I'm going to go something weird, then I'll find something really weird and like it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna go weird, I gotta just go all the way. Damn it. There's some weird stuff. Some good. You know, it's interesting. I'm seeing a lot of new movies coming out that are evidently some psychedelia has been involved in the creators' lives, because the movies are looking more realistic when it comes to, you know, the visuals and audio from the LSD type shroom experience. So the Midsummer was great at that, and something just came up. I believe I got a super chat from Always Lost and Nothing Else donates and says donation $248. I had to throw some shekels. Discount dump better than UA dump. Lol.
Oh, whoa.
Nice. Dude, see, you didn't see that, and you can thank him and just and UA's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt UA. I bet that hurts that butt there, bro.
UA is fucking awesome though, like, and
Don't
UA
be a shit ass, be a good guy. Love the dump up to the elbow.
Logic and farts.
That's funny, man. He was supposed to do this show and it didn't happen. I'm not. Hey, dude, I am not salty about it. If you ever want to do it, I've got you ready to go. All we got to do is hop in the chat and plug it up. So, but
yeah, he adults a little harder than me, so his schedule's a little bit rough.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I ended up having a really good time with Penoid in here.
Penoid, fucking riot. Penoid, I like him, man. Oh, if you want to get into some political stuff,
yeah,
he's fucking smart.
Yeah, no, he's definitely can carry his weight intellectually. He's got a good heart. So that's my take on that stuff. What about, all right, so what was your favorite TV series ever?
Ooh, like, I don't know, like, I mean, like, I want to say something dumb like Ren and Stimpy, even though I know it got canceled for a bunch of different reasons, but, like, that show just stuck with me as a kid. Like, the animation was really good, like, the dysfunctionality was reminiscent of what I was going through, so I was like, yeah, I want to call people stupid idiots and smack them around.
I think I've got like 20 hours of Ren and Stimpy somewhere around here on a VHS.
Dang, that's a lot of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Like, my VHS player broke this year, and it makes me so sad. My friend brought over a crate full of like old Disney and all sorts of like 90s movies,
Oh,
Space
dude.
Jam and crap. But
Song
now
of
we
the
can't
South.
watch 'em.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to say that he had that. Like I'm on the like I haven't gone through the chest fully yet, but
Yeah,
it
that-
might be in there. He has some really old stuff. He has like the original Lion King in there. That
Cool.
stuff's probably worth some money. I need to tell my friend Nate to be like, yo,
Well, I
dog,
mean,
eBay
it's,
that
you know,
stuff.
it's like, you know, the woke censors are like taking shit out and changing shit and, you know.
Yeah, and the
making
Lion
shit
King, they gotta
tattoo.
take that sex cloud out of the movie.
Yeah. I never noticed shit like that, but then somebody points it out, though. My God, that is a dick. Anyway,
Or like, I mean, the sex thing, I can't tell if like, I don't know, it could have been intentional, but I mean, it's just like a wisp of wind. I mean, it doesn't seem that sexy to make me think sex. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Like,
just,
I don't know. People like saying that they found Easter eggs and stuff.
yeah. Well, you know, and sometimes confirmation bias drives our decisions and where we gravitate. I think, you know.
Yeah,
You know, I think we want to look for things that tell us we're right sometimes, and we
oh yeah, that's
innately
like the
gravitate.
normal way that people go. It seems.
Yeah, of
And
course.
the trouble is like finding out what's really right, like being able to take like the person's opinion out of what they're telling you and get as many straight facts as you can.
Mm-hmm. And no doubt, you know, it's been an interesting. This has been an interesting year. For the people that are listening, the recorded version of this, it's October 25th, 2020. So we're still under the shadow of the coof, as it were. We stand in its penumbra. So, all right. So, let's shift gears again. What is your spirit animal?
I've been told it was like a beaver or something before, and I just was like, oh, I could deal with a beaver. I mean, I like beaver.
I like beaver too. Oh, buddy. No shit. What about, all right, so anime, yes or no?
I am against like newer animes, kind of. Like it takes a lot, like it takes somebody like sitting me down and being like, you've got to watch this for me to watch it, and then like I try and see what they like in it.
Right.
And then like if I see things that I like in it too, then I'm like, woo. But mostly I like older animes, like 90s and back. Ooh, Trigun and Cowboy Bebop, friggin' Fist of the North Star kind of stuff.
Right.
Golgo 13, like.
The Appleseed, you know, the 90s.
Oh yeah.
The 90s and the 2000s had some really good shit, man. The Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, the animation just kept seeming to get better and better, like while they were still hand drawing it, and then they started leaning on like Photoshop and stuff. Like, oh, we're just gonna put this wavy after effect on it, and it's gonna look like it's more animated.
Or I'm just a still face, and the mouth is just moving.
Oh, Speed Racer style.
Yeah, exactly. I love. I loved and hated Speed Racer when I was a kid, because that always got to me because he's not moving. Whoa, sorry about that. Boom. So, what about scars, tattoos, piercings? You tatted up
like,
there, bro?
Nah, like actually I don't have any tattoos. I had one piercing and it was from my friend Evelyn, like when I was 15, and it was just kind of one of those things I let her do because, like, I don't know, trying to be all, like, it was around the time when, like, kids are being seen and, like, into metalcore and stuff, and so I kind of went into that pretty hard for a minute.
Right.
But yeah, that was the only thing that ever happened was I got my lip pierced, and then like I just kept losing it, and I was like, fuck it, let it heal. And now I have a little dimple mark there, but that's about it.
That's
Oh, I do have a scar though.
Right.
Like I have a few scars. Like one time when I was skateboarding around the church, they had like a smaller palmetto bush, but it was still very spiky, and somebody kind of pushed me off of my board into it, and like it caught my right arm really bad. And when I was younger, I was playing with my friend's dog with like a golf club. Like it kept trying to bite the tip, so I was like, "Ooh, keep trying to bite it," and then it went after my arm, and yeah. Like, I know, like, if you get bit by a dog, like, it's better to push your arm into its mouth than try and, like, rip it out while it's clenching down.
Yeah.
Like, if you push your arm into a dog's mouth, it tends to open it up so you can get it out. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a scar still from that, too. Like, that thing never healed, and it was pretty dang deep.
So you were athletic. I would say you were athletic, pretty much. You know, it's like you were skateboarding, you were doing BMX.
Yeah, like I would have been doing baseball and stuff. Like I was actually pretty dang good at baseball.
If you did get a tattoo, what would you get? Have you ever thought about it?
I'd get all of my friggin' internet passwords put on my private cards so I can't forget them. I had to reset my Google password today, and they don't let you use old passwords.
Oh my God, I hate that shit. Jesus.
I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta reset my update on Windows because the new update it won't take my password to get into Windows.
Oh my lord, so many new updates have been like messing me over. Like I had Windows 10, I think probably the same Windows 10 update you had. It had my laptop going all crazy, and OBS, I updated from 24 to 26, like the studio recently. And there's like functionality that's missing from it now. Like you used to be able to interact with like a web like captured thing and then like copy stuff from it, which is how like I was grabbing like chat suggestions before, like from YouTube or whatever.
Right.
They took away the ability to copy and paste stuff into that field, and so like I just OBS has me shaking my fist a little bit. Like,
Do you use regular OBS or slobs?
Regular OBS. Slobs forces me to use arrow mode, and I'm on like a ThinkPad Edge.
I got you.
53.
Right.
Like,
You mean
it's
wanna
from like
see what you-
2012, and it can't even do arrow mode well. So I like old like regular OBS lets me use the classic mode, which stops all like the transparency of stuff. So it like hits my encoder less hard.
Got you. All right, so moving on. What about video games? I forgot to ask you about that.
Sega.
Yeah.
The Sega is my. If I had a religion, Sega would be my religion. I know way too much about Sega.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot about like all of the major consoles and a lot of the like ones that you didn't hear about, like FM Towns and friggin' Amiga computers, like microcomputers. But I am a Sega fan through and through, even though they stopped making consoles. I'm like, they still make arcade games and they still do PC games. They rule the arcade, Nintendo fans. Oh, I also like to get Nintendo fans on the fact that the Switch was made by NVIDIA. Ooh.
You know, it's the Genesis was my introduction to really, you know, the
I still
the
have my
Neo graphic.
Genesis from
I
94.
had Pong, dude. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, when it was new, I was like, yes, this is great. It's the greatest thing in the world. And then the tank game came out. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then Genesis comes out, and it's like, holy shit, this is incredible. You know, and it was, you know, all the stuff, you know, leading up to the arcade stuff. But when it became, you know, console available, it was
The Mega Drive. I mean, Mega Drive, aka the Genesis. Like, in America, that was Sega's really big like entry. Like that's where they got their footing in America. They actually had an 8-bit system in Europe, and I mean they had it here too. It was the Master System, but the Master System dominated the NES in Europe and Brazil, like really bad. But yeah, that's just a little bit of my Sega knowledge, and then like I was saying, the Genesis, I could tell you how the Genesis is better than the Super Nintendo on like a technical level.
Oh, really? So what was your favorite game on Genesis?
I had to like condense it down to like a top 5 or top 10 because like I want to have like a favorite game in each genre. So like I would say Super Hang-On is my favorite racing game because like it has the arcade mode, but if you play the regular mode, you can actually take your password from your like saved bike that you built and use it in the arcade mode. Like weird little quirks like that are just friggin' amazing, and that's why I like that game. Like as the best racer, I would say Gunstar Heroes would be like the best platforming shoot 'em up kind of like Contra, but like tweaked to 11. Like if you thought Contra is tweaked to 11, play Gunstar Heroes.
Did you ever play Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
I think I did a little bit. Like it was like a collect-a-thon-y kind of thing. Like I was never really good at like collecting everything unless it was Sonic. Like, oh, I get all the emeralds and beat all the stages in Sonic, but like I don't know. I wasn't really good at platformers too much. Like I was decent at them, I could beat them, but like I could never like one life a platformer.
Hold on 1 second. I am trying to. Yes. Okay, we did that. So if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what would you ask?
Like there's so many smaller, like I don't know, it would have to be something like huge that would like give me some kind of peace of mind. Like I'm trying to think, like I don't know, how could I get my family to stop bickering and actually work together would be a good one. Like I just want things to be chill here, and lately they've not been.
If you could go back in time and spend a week with anybody, who would it be and why?
It would probably be some rock star, and I'm like, or some musician or something, and just like pal around for the experience. Like there's a bunch of dead musicians that I'd be like, man, I really wish I could have met that guy. Like back to the jazz, there's this like the musician that did the music for Space Ghost Coast to Coast's intro, like that really wild guitar sound.
Who was that?
I would want his name was Sonny Chirac, and he had the wildest guitar style. Like I still think he, bar none, has or had the wildest guitar style.
Is he like a French or what?
He's he was actually black. I think he was some kind of teacher most of his life, but like he liked to dabble in guitar, and I don't know how he got to playing such wild stuff, but like his playing was a major inspiration to me. Like him, Pink Floyd's guitarist, David Gilmour is another one, and I would say like Chuck Schuldiner from Death. Like those guitarists, like if I could meet any one of them, I'd just be like, yep, I want to hang out with that guy and jam out.
Gilmour's still alive, man. That's still a possibility, you know?
Yeah, if I ever, I don't even know what would happen to get me in the situation where I could shake hands with that guy. Like Pink Floyd's music, especially when I was like a teen, I mean, it sounds dumb. You're like, oh, you're listening to Pink Floyd and stuff, but it's deep. Like,
Dude,
especially when you're really stoned and shit, and you're just like contemplating the meanings of life. And
Well, Uzi and I had downloaded the original Alan Parsons quadraphonic mix of Dark Side of the Moon, right? Yeah, and it was in 5.1, and we listened to it beginning to end, and we were crying, you know, as the sun came up. It was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, man.
It's very powerful, emotional. It's about life.
Yeah, and it comes back to the way that guitarists like that play. It's not like they're trying to play a riff. It's like they're saying stuff with their guitar instead.
Yeah.
Like the guitar is saying things. It's like you don't know what those note progressions mean, but I kind of do.
Well, yeah, the lead is like it's like a conversation. You know, he's talking to, expressing, you know, in musical notes, exactly what he's feeling.
Yeah,
you know,
and like
David
David Gilmour had perfect control over that.
Yes. Well, and what was interesting is that he would take a really passionate, you know, improv, and then write it. And so every time he would play the song, he would play it the same way. Which I thought I like guys that work in studio like that, like the Talking Heads. They did a song and they were just babbling, right? They were just babbling and doing a you know, the melody, and then they wrote the song backwards based on what the babbling sounded like, and it's called "Burning Down the House."
Oh yeah, they have a lot of good. Like them, I don't want to talk out my butt. Didn't the Cars also kind of do some stuff like that, or there was like a period in the 80s when that kind of like there's a few bands that took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
Like I may be wrong, but like that, like I don't know.
It was it was interesting you mentioned the Pixies. I actually met them. Talked to Kim Deal for 20-30 minutes.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
It was a good show. It was the one with the song, the tour with the dead monkey, the poor little monkey.
This monkey's gone to heaven.
Yes, that album. It was that. I mean, they were excellent.
Yeah, man. If man is 5 and the devil is 6 and God is 7. God, I like the Pixies too much.
That's a great band for people to get into. They're heady without being too pretentious, I think. In 40 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for?
Oh man, in 40 years. I'm trying to think about like what we were nostalgic for back when I was a kid that was like old. Like it's hard to, I don't know. Like, because I'm trying to think like what grabbed people back then, and I mean it kind of works now, but I don't know. People are gonna be like, hopefully, remember Twitter? Remember how sucky it was? Like.
Dude, I hope so. I hope it's like in 5 or 6 months that we're saying that shit. Just saying.
Yes, please.
You know. All right. So, what's the most useless talent you have?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't normally do things unless I need to. Right now, I haven't been playing much guitar, so I mean that's a bad thing to say it's a useless talent, but like, I mean, I need to use it more. I need to find a way to work it into my streams or something.
Hey man, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe play a little bit and then watch a little bit. You know? That's kind of like
there was a period when I started jamming to my sync songs. I was like, oh, you guys made me play too good of a sync song. Here comes the guitar.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so this is the time where I do what's called the Lipton questions. named after James Lipton, who did the Inside the Actor Studio. He would ask everybody he interviewed these 10 questions, and it's kind of like a say the first thing that comes in your head kind of deal. So the first
right.
question, and it's just 10 short questions, starting with what's your favorite word?
Butter. I don't know. Butter.
Butter. Okay, cool. What's your least favorite word?
Scandalous.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Well felt scream. If it screams and it's meaning it, then I'm like, gosh, what's up with that?
What turns
It
you
doesn't
off?
Like overly aggressive attitudes, like show-offy people. Like they just turn me off because like they're trying to prove something harder than they have to.
Indeed. What is your favorite curse word?
It's probably the same as everybody's. Actually, no, I've been abusing God damn it when I shouldn't, but that's the one that's been coming out the most lately.
Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
Like the sound of a fan, like on like low, where it's just kind of like low white noise, but like it's like a constant, and I mean it's accompanied by a breeze too, so that's always nice.
Yeah, no doubt. It's the perfect nap materials. You gotta have that fan rolling. See, what noise or sound do you hate?
Oh, like I would say like it'd be either like airplanes or like dump trucks in reverse. Like airplanes, I kind of live close to an airport, and they literally fly really low, like I almost hit a plane once with a mortar on New Year's because they fly so low.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it
close.
wasn't one of the big mortars either. It was like one of the like 2-inch tubes, and pew, that thing went up like over 100 feet, and I was like, uh-oh. And the timing was horrible, but the timing was almost perfect.
Is it like a metropolitan airport, or is it more like a, like a dude's flying there, 5, 8
It's
seaters
like a
and shit?
private kind of airport.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's also, I think there's a flight school next to it too, so that's where we get all the planes. Like they will come for like a few hours, like constantly, and you don't get like TV reception and stuff. It's annoying because that's why I don't like them. If the plane's coming, I know I'm not going to be able to watch TV for like a good 30, 45 minutes.
That's crazy, man. All right, so what profession other than you own would you like to attempt?
Profession? I don't know. Like lately I've been kind of wondering like what it would be like to do like flipping the switches for like a TV station, like just like doing their like background OBS or stuff.
Yeah, doing
just,
production. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, something in production, like along those lines. Like I wouldn't be streaming, but I'd be taking care of somebody's stuff and getting paid for it. Well,
yeah. I heard that, man. What profession would you not like to do?
I'm trying to think of something. I don't know. Gay porn star. There we go.
Okay. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you at the pearly gates when you arrive?
You did well enough, son.
Well, good.
You took your punches or something along those lines.
You took what they gave you. All right, so who would you say? All right, chat. This is where you need to start loading your questions in. Put a couple of question marks before and after, please, so I'll know that's the questions you want asked specifically to Mr. B Tokin. All right.
Yeah, use like the Spanish upside down question mark at the beginning too. That's,
Oh, that
that's
would be
fine.
awesome if you can do that. Do that. I have to have an out code to do that, so I'm that retarded.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have like a character map thing that I always bring up if I have to use something funky.
All right. So, all right, who would you say is a criminally undersubscribed YouTuber out of the content you're absorbing?
I think Trippy is really cool, and like I don't know how he's not more popular. Like, especially on Sundays, he is really like whenever he does the game shows, especially those are super fun streams.
Yeah.
Like I think he deserves more than he gets. Like
I agree. I can only showcase. You know, it's like I want him to be successful too. I want you to be successful. That's the reason I ask people to get on here sometimes if they're major people that I are really interested in. I do have a list. I've got 2 lists. I got one and I got HEBT. Let's see. How about all right? So who's a YouTuber you think is just way overhyped? Donis Paul.
I don't want to go with the obvious ones. Like, there's, like, especially in the gaming sphere of YouTube right now, there's a lot of, like, reviewers that have been there a while, and they're getting to the point to where they rely on their fans to give them information instead of actually looking stuff up and maybe saying, like, overtly, like, and I'm going to say overtly enthusiastic things instead of flat out wrong. Like, Stop Skeletons from Fighting did something the other day that I was just like, sir, no, you're wrong. He was trying to say the Light Gun part in Die Hard trilogy was better than Virtual Cop, and I was like, sir, there's several reasons why, like, let's go with him.
All right, so we got some questions in the chat. If you were made of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat yourself? From Chris Akala. Hey, Chris.
Depended on the sauce. If it was like a smoky, sweet, like spicy sauce, like, oh man, you wouldn't even see me around. I'd just be like, I'd just be the bones left over. Oh God, I love me some ribs.
All right, so Mr. Adonis Paul wants to know, tell us about your first threesome. Hey, man.
I haven't really had a threesome per se, but I had a foursome.
Oh.
Which just where I stepped over it, like, it was, back when I was going to church, but, like, I was about, I'm gonna say 15 or 16 at the time, and, like, there was this girl that was, like, kind of my girlfriend, and her sister and her sister's girlfriend, and, like, they invited me over after church, and I had no right to get over there, and my brother's friend left some rollerblades at my house, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go make this fucking happen. I rode, like, fucking 5-10 miles on rollerblades. I wore the rollerblades out, and his friend got pissed at me until I told him, bro, I had a foursome. And I'm not exactly, I mean, 2 of them were sisters, and I'm not exactly proud of that, but, I mean, also, hey, I got to do the sister's girlfriend.
Hey, I'm from Alabama, man. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. I don't judge.
It wasn't my sister.
All right, so let's see. Always lost and on nothing else wants to know, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I was going to try and say something stupid but smart, like it's directly proportional to the amount of chucking the wood or something.
Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
Depends. Like, I mean, I could eat Hawaiian pizza if it's there. Like, I'll eat it. I don't care.
All right, Danny wants to know, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? You didn't say. Don't you say England to appease me? Sorry.
Oh, then, Well, if I can't go to the UK, man, what? I don't know. Somewhere peaceful, nice, someplace I could hermit up, but has good internet still. New York after it gets deserted. I don't know.
I think after Starlink gets completed, I think that we're not going to have to worry about internet. That it'll be available everywhere around this world.
That's something that I do think needs to become like a norm. If like we're going to start having children, like school's supposed to be free, and if you're gonna have children, those children need the fucking Zoom school now. Although I completely disagree with it. Like,
right.
oh, don't get me started on the teachers.
Let's see, where was I? Oh, somebody else had a question. Have you ever seen a ghost? Chris Akala wants to know.
Like, I mean, there was times when I'd seen weird things, like, but there wasn't what you would call like a ghost. Like, you ever be in some place that's dark and there's like a light reflection, but there's like nothing reflecting light, and you're just like, where the fuck is that coming from?
Yeah, man. Oh shit! Have you seen Hereditary? You'll think that a lot now if you see that movie. I'm just saying. Wow.
Is that a movie suggestion?
It is. Yeah, it's intense. It's interesting because it pulls you in with this hardcore melodrama, and then it slaps you upside the head with crazy shit. I don't know. I liked it. So, but that's me. But what programming language do you tend to gravitate towards?
I like manipulating ASM really. Like if you know what it does, like it's hard as fuck to fucking read, but like it can do so fucking much.
Yeah, Tourist is the Taiwanese liaison that I
may have to go there.
Yeah, he says it's got good internet. It's for a busy country, and you can hermit up pretty well.
Oh, I want to say another thing about ASM too, is because like it's chip specific, so like you can't fucking do it like and expect it to be generalized unless like you have a video game console or something that comes out like the Genesis, back when they used to just use microprocessors and ASM to make sure that the thing was pushing as much as it could. Like everybody leans towards C-type coding, and you get so much more proficiency out of like assembly.
Nice. And let's see, what will finally break the internet?
I think if Twitter gets nuked, like the will be literally heard across the world because people won't be able to do it on their favorite stupid platform, and that's gonna be the funniest day. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that day.
Well, I mean, like there's Parler in there, and every substitute has not made it, has not thrived. People are stuck on things.
Also, a lot of those things have been getting like affiliated by like parent companies and stuff. Like, isn't it Facebook and Instagram and like
they buy
a whole bunch
of
of things that are under Facebook technically?
Yep, you're right about that. All right, so tell everybody about your content a little bit, in case people haven't seen your stuff. Typical, you're running pretty much the new stuff on Twitch, right? Your new content.
Yeah, mostly like I was trying to keep Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to like a schedule because like I figured out how to like time shows perfectly to get them to fit into like 3 hours without commercials, and then Like originally I wanted to do like 3 hours of like shows that I planned and then see whatever everybody else wanted to do, but then it just started turning into suggestions all the time. I
Nice.
don't mind it, but sometimes I miss making people watch the anime they don't like, but then they secretly do because it's like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun. You can't hate that.
Right. Do you ever do anything like season 4 of The Wire? Or is it
I
season
don't,
3?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's
Is
the-
that
it's-
like a live action show?
Yeah, it's a live action show that was on HBO. It's I bet AP knows what I'm talking about. The scene where Snoop goes in to get a nail gun, and this dude like sells her the nail gun. And she said, "You sold that butt like a motherfucker." All right.
I could see Snoop Dogg walking into a place trying to buy a
It's not
staple
Snoop
gun or
Dogg.
something
It's
and be
the-
like, is there a 3-day waiting period?
Well, there's just like this I think she's gay chick named Snoop, who's like she's butch, but she's
I
a
was
girl,
thinking
right?
Snoop Dogg.
No, she's a character, man. It's a man. I'll tell you, I even like season 2, AP. So what will finally break the internet? Did we come to a decision?
When
when
Facebook,
Twitter goes away.
when that sphere goes away, like I just think that it has to with how biased it's been. Like all of the media lately has been really biased, and I just want to see it stop being biased or go away. Preferably go away.
I can.
Man, I was a big fan of MySpace. Like, the site had something to it to draw people there, like the music aspect and stuff. I think more social media should be like I know it's still there, but I think more social media should try and be like MySpace. Like, have a social media site where you can just like watch TV shows with your friends and stuff, and
Yeah.
or some other kind of like. I mean, it doesn't just have to be music. Although that seemed to be the easiest thing to propagate at that time. It was a pretty big underground boom for music.
So what's the most recent thing you've collected, or the most recent thing you collected that you're excited about, you want to watch?
I haven't really been collecting things, so to speak. Like, I have a collection of like shows that are like my go-to in case like I don't have internet or there's like a hurricane or something. But like I don't have like newer shows that I'm actively watching unless it gets suggested to me on my show.
Right. All right. So before we part, it's tradition to show your channel. The link is in the description to both the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel. But the Twitch is where the action is, correct?
Yeah. Oh, so you need me to shill a little.
Sure.
Well, I got https://twitch.tv/ again. There's so many forward slashes. Tokin. But yeah, twitch.tv/btoken. Pretty much. You can find me there from like 12 till 6 a.m. almost every day of the week. Like, I'm trying to take Saturdays off. But yeah, like if you're bored and you want to watch some TV, stop by.
Cool. So actually, all right. So at this point, we're at the end of my questions. I don't have any more to ask you, but it's been great having you, man. I'll do a little shilling for myself. Tomorrow, Becca Fairley and I will be covering more on the history of communism. We're looking at the how it's been disseminated throughout the world, and we're going to get to how it's been creeping in the United States through the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, that's gonna be really friggin' interesting.
Yeah, and they're the puppet. They're the hand up all the puppets' asses. Hint, hint. Sleepy Joe. Yeah, right.
I will not believe it if he actually gets into office. Like,
Yeah.
The laptop. The laptop. I mean, and then all the footage of him sniffing children, like father, like son, is all I'm going to say. Like, I don't trust him.
I agree with Torres. Fuck the CCP. All right, so and on Wednesday I'm going to be on Sparky's Thursday night show on Wednesday night. News so fast you get it a day early. So be with Aircraft Sparky doing that thing. Friday night, of course, is the Creem stream. It'll be, I don't know, we may do a little election version, but it's been pretty much the news crunch, and I try to put stuff on that I've picked up on that tend to fall through the cracks, stuff that's pretty fucking important. And of course, Saturday, Accelerated Deconstruction. And a week from today will be the next 6 minutes. Hanging out. It's been a long time. This should be an interesting show. And on that note, Mr. B. Tokin, I have no other questions, nothing else to say, except to let's tell everybody bye-bye and get out.
Later.
Thanks, y'all. See y'all later.